a little bit live today. We're going to be on Instagram and Facebook live at the same time. Are we on both now? Okay, so up and running live, Facebook and Instagram. I don't think they're going to have a problem with it because Facebook owns the Instagram. But we're trying them both out to kind of see how they work. Today we wanted to bring you some great information that I think you need to know. And it's the benefits of buying real estate right now. Now, we're in Omaha, Nebraska, similar to a lot of markets out there, maybe not as volatile as most of them. But coming off of the last few years, we've experienced just an enormous seller's market. I mean, times have been good. Prices have gone up, sales have gone up. It's been great. Now, it's gone way, way over the edge in terms of reality, kind of, because so many houses are selling so fast, decisions are being made in haste. It just got a little crazy. What I'm here to tell you today is we're finally starting to turn the corner on leaning back towards more of a balanced market. I'm going to show you some statistics today that will just kind of blow you away on what's really going on in the market and why, if you are on the sidelines and you've been waiting to purchase real estate because you don't want to go out and compete, you don't want to write multiple offers, you don't want to have no leverage at all, it's finally coming back into picture, okay? We're getting back towards more of a normal market. So let's look at a little bit where we're going. Of course, our mission is to educate and empower our clients to make great real estate decisions. That's what we're here to do today. Okay. Now, part of the change in our marketplace is because of the seasonality. And this is statistics that we put out at the end of last year. I'm not worried necessarily about what numbers are, but you can see that every year, it's almost without exception, that real estate really picks up in the spring. People get out, put house on the market, they look, they write offers, they close in June, July, it starts to go back down all the way until the cycle begins again at the beginning of the year. Now, I'm here to tell you that this quarter and this quarter, we sell a lot of real estate, mostly because there's a lot less competition out there, and I think our clients appreciate that. It's always a good time to sell a house, but we will say that in this time of year, the market begins to slow down. All right. Now, just so you know, the statistics I'm showing you aren't based upon the seasonality of the market. I'm going to compare some of these numbers to August of the past too, so you can see what we're talking about. Now, this is the two critical statistics that I think are driving this market that are indicating what's going on. They're the average days on market and the overall inventory. Now, these are the numbers that have been pulled from every August going all the way back to 2010. So in theory, you should experience the same thing in August every year, right? So the seasonality of the market is kind of taken out of play here, all right? The first one is the days on market. As you can see, back in 2011, the average days on market was 73 days. That means it took over 2 months to get your house under contract. Last year, it got the best it's ever been at 22 days. Now, as we see this, it's starting to trend back up. 28 days. Remember, 3 months consecutively, we have actually put more houses on, or it's taken longer to sell houses than it has the year before. Another huge indicator to me is the inventory, right? Supply versus demand. If supply is down, the demand is up and the prices go up. Now, if you look at it, back in August of 2010, which is the most we've seen, there was almost 6,000 listings on the market. That continued to go down and down and down and down until 2017. There was only 2,600 on average in August. In fact, there were times last year, even this spring, where there was less than 2,000. It was getting really dire out there. But for the first time in August, we're seeing an increase, right? This year we have 2,755 on as of right now. You look at it, that's an increase, right? So we are trending back towards taking longer to sell and more opportunities out there. I think those are great opportunities for buyers. All right, so here's some indications that the market is changing. Number one, fall and winters are seasonally slower markets. We saw that on the first graph. It does take longer to sell houses. Not that you're not going to get a really, really good price. It's just that there's less people out there. One of the main reasons is people who have kids in school, they get back to focusing on school. I know that because I have 2 teenagers. We're tied into school. We're not making a move until school's done. So a lot of those buyers and sellers are out of the market unless they absolutely need to sell, buy and move. Inventory starts to build. This gives buyers a great opportunity because you have more stuff to choose from. You have better terms. You have a little bit better way of making decisions than just having to get whatever comes out there. There are fewer buyers equals longer times to sell houses. Again, that's to the buyer's advantage. I don't think it's a tremendous disadvantage to sellers, especially given that historically it has taken up to 3 months to sell houses. They're still in pretty good shape. It just seems like both sides are on even terms these days. the market is definitely more balanced. Okay, that's what we're experiencing. I don't think buyers have an advantage. I don't think sellers have an advantage. I think both sides can get a fair deal if you work towards that. All right, so why is it you want to buy right now? Number one, there are few buyers, less competition. We talked about that. Buyers can make rational decisions. There's nothing like the peace of mind of being able to go into a house, have a look at it, take overnight and think about it before you write an offer. Hasn't happened in a long time. This whole 2018, if you wanted to buy a house, you better be ready to write an offer while you're in the driveway before you leave. That gets out of hand and a lot of bad decisions are made. Sellers, believe me, they want to sell before the winter. A lot of sellers still think that we're in the spring market, and it's just not going as fast as we think it is. And that's part seasonality, but part of it is the market just slowing down and balancing out. A lot of these sellers, once you put your stuff out on the market, they didn't put it out there to not sell. They want to sell. That's why there's more opportunity right now than I think we're going to see. We've seen it a long time, and I think that we're going to see for a long time to come. I think great opportunities exist right now all the way through this fall and winter. Interest rates, bad news is interest rates are going to go up, right? They're not going to go back down. If they do, it's going to be nominal before they go back up again. They're going to continue to, we've seen the days of 3%, low 4% interest rates. Those are in the past, and I don't think we're going to get there for a while. In fact, I would predict that we go up in the high 4s into the 5s going into next year. That has a major, major effect on your purchasing power. You can go back and look on one of my videos where I showed you the cost of waiting. Just a 1% increase is a huge, huge, huge increase in your payment on every month and every year, okay? All right, so what I think this is affecting the most, if someone's looking to sell, that's one thing. If someone's looking to buy, that's one thing. I think this is a great opportunity for a segment of the marketplace that has been really kind of overlooked for a long time. That's the move-up market, okay? Coming into the last couple of years, people sold the house that they have been holding on to for a long time, build an equity, making it nicer, and then moved into a nicer house. Either that or you get some people that move down. It could be a move down market too. But these are people that are selling and buying, and throughout history of real estate, it's always been more important to get your house sold than find a house than it has been recently, which is the paradigm is, holy cow, I don't know where I'm going to live if I sell my house. So what people have been doing, and we've been doing it too, is we help them find a house, we get an accepted offer contingent on them selling their house, and then they quickly go back and get their house ready and they sell it. The market's been so good that's worked a lot. It's not working as well anymore. I think we are moving back. A paradigm is how you look at things. It's a perception. I think we need to go back to the traditional way of taking the tangible piece of real estate that you have, working on getting it sold. Once you have that sold, there's some great options for you to go out. Now, this is what we've been doing. When a hot seller's market, the primary objective has been to find a suitable home. That's been the hardest part, because even if you sell your house, there's nothing to buy. So that what happens is buyers are missing opportunities or making rash decisions, okay? Now, the risk on that side is that you sell your house and you have nowhere to go. And then you're forced into buying a house that maybe you don't want, maybe you can't afford, maybe it isn't what you need because there's nothing else out there. The solution is to find the next home first, means you're writing a contingent offer, list and sell your current home quickly, hopefully it gets what you want, and then you try to make the timing and financing work. It's not a great plan, okay? Not that we can't do it, we've done it successfully. But this is a really risky plan because you really risk not getting what you want and losing out on both deals. Now, in a balanced market, which is I think where we're going and where we're probably already at right now, the primary objective is to get your house sold. Okay, it's not as easy as it was maybe last spring or the year before, but you're still going to get a good price. Historically, you're going to sell your house based on its price and condition relatively quickly if you do it correctly. Then, from that point, you can figure out your purchasing power based upon the proceeds and then whatever you saved or however you're going to be buying it, right? Then the solution to go to that is you list your home when you're ready. Put a sign in the yard, let a team like Team Bober come out and market your property, do a great job. While the house is being marketed and listed, you keep your eyes out. Maybe you go look at a few properties. Well, then once you get your property under contract, you decide and you go out there because there's more options, you find the house that fits your needs. Whether it's move up, move down, move across town, out of state, whatever, you know exactly what you have to spend so you know what you can buy and you make a lot better decisions. This model right here, this balanced market model, is what I'm proposing that we all go to because it's a much, much safer model and it's kind of how things have always been and they should go back to that way. All right, so when is the best time to move? And I always say this, when you are ready to move, all right? I really discourage people from trying to time the market and just selling or buying a house because the market's hot. However, the market has shifted into more of a balanced market. That means I wouldn't put your expectations that you're going to sell your house in hours with multiple offers for 10% over listing price. Those days probably aren't happening anymore unless you price below what it's worth. It's more balanced now. Buyers and sellers should be working together to get deals done in fairness. However, if you have the time and patience, you may get a great result purchasing this fall or this winter. Remember, inventory is building, interest rates are still down, and there's more opportunity out there. Buyers can go out there and they can take their time, make great decisions, and get the result that they want. So if you want any more information, of course, remember, I always say, if you're looking to buy, sell, build, or invest in the Omaha area, call the pros at Team Bober. We're going to tackle the market for you. Here's our contact information. You don't have to be ready to buy now, be ready to sell now. If you just have a question, you can call us, email us, check in on any of these social media channels you're seeing this video. We are happy to answer any questions, no obligation. So again, from the pros at Team Bober, we want to thank you for tuning in today. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day.